Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the key things to manifestation if you guys are wanting to manifest your dream life, your dream job, your dream partner, anything that you guys desire. This is going to be the key things to manifesting your dream life. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. So the first point that I have for you guys is what you appreciate appreciates. And what I mean by this is whatever you have gratitude for, whatever that you're thankful for is going to grow. And the science behind this is whatever you resonate with is going to be amplified. Whenever you have something that resonates with another thing, it amplifies that specific frequency, that specific vibration. So, for example, if you have $5 in your bank account and you're wanting to attract more money, if you appreciate having money, no matter how much or how little of it you have, you are going to grow money because you are amplifying the frequency of appreciating money. And therefore, whatever you appreciate appreciates. Whatever you appreciate, it will grow. If you're wanting to attract more love in your life, if you begin to appreciate the love that you do have around you, whether that be with your pet, with your best friends, with your family, anything, even the plants that you have, even if you walk outside and just appreciate having grass or anything, and you just love the feeling that plants give you, or you love your friends, or you love a pet of yours, and if you focus on that and you're thankful for it, you're going to amplify the feelings of love. You're going to bring more abundant love into your life. You're going to make more love in your life. You're going to increase the abundance of that. Because that of what you're equal to, you are going to pop up more things in your life that resonate with what you're currently feeling. So if you begin to reflect and you focus on what you're currently thinking or what you're currently feeling, that is what you're currently resonating with, and that is what you're currently amplifying. If most of your thoughts are towards, I have a lack of money, you're going to amplify that feeling, and you're going to amplify and resonate with any experience in your reality that is equal to that. So then you're going to attract and amplify the experiences of having a lack of money. So therefore, you're going to have more of those experiences. You're going to create more of that. So if you're wanting to shift it, instead shift your focus, shift your perspective. Begin to have gratitude about the current money that you do have. This is one of the biggest keys towards manifestation, and it helps so much. Another scientific kind of study behind this that shows this in a more realistic, real-life perspective is, for example, if you have a room and you put a bunch of tuning forks in that room, all that are different notes, and some of them that are the same notes, and then you ring one of those notes, say you ring a C. Any other tuning fork in that room that is also a C is going to begin to vibrate and resonate, because that frequency that's coming off of the original tuning fork that's a C is going to have a specific frequency and vibration that's then emitting into the room, and any of them that are a C in that room are going to get that frequency, and it's going to resonate with that tuning fork and begin to vibrate it as well, and therefore create sound from every single tuning fork in that room that is equal to a C. Very interesting science behind that. So that goes to show that if you are emitting a certain frequency, which thoughts are frequencies, things that you say are frequencies, emotions that you feel have frequency. So thinking patterns and emotions have frequencies to them. Therefore, if you're thinking in a certain pattern, if you're thinking certain thoughts, if you notice and you observe in your day the thoughts that you're thinking the most of, that is what is going to begin to resonate in your life experience, and you're going to be attracting more of that. So one of the biggest keys to manifestation is observing what you currently think about. And as you observe that and you become aware of what your current thinking patterns are and your current feelings that you have behind them, you can begin to shift them. You can begin to focus on something new. You can begin to actually tell yourself something new. So instead of seeing the glass half empty, you can start seeing the glass half full, and you're going to begin to grow that. The second thing that I want to talk about is being clear about what you do want in your life. So if you're wanting to attract your dream life, what is that? What does that look like? Begin to set your intentions on what your dream life looks like. Write them down, do whatever you like in this process, but at least be clear, even if it's just in your mind. Be clear about what you want. Think about your dream life. What does that look like? Even if you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle yet, just as much as you can imagine right now, what would your dream life look like? And then think about you as a person. How are you different from the person that you are now compared to the person that's in your dream life? And begin to switch over to that person. Because what this does is it embodies the feeling and the thinking patterns of your dream life new persona. And if you start to become that right now, you're actually going to begin to attract to you what you do want. Because the way that we think the universe works versus the way that it actually works is very backwards. We always think that once I attain this, it's going to make me feel a certain way. But it doesn't happen that way. The way that our universe actually works is you need to feel a certain way and then you get the thing. It's not the other way around. And so if you're wanting to attract your dream life, you need to become your new persona of the person that you are that would be in your dream life. And so if that person is more confident, embody that confidence already as the confidence that you'd have if you had your dream partner, if you had your dream job, or if you had the amount of money that you want, whatever it is. Even if you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle quite yet, that's fine. Just imagine whatever you can imagine for right now, as far as you've gotten in towards planning your dream life and what that might look like. You'll begin to unfold more the picture the more that you do this. And so imagine for a second, how would your dream life person, if you had your dream life, how would you wake up in the morning? How would you get out of bed? What would be the first thoughts that you're thinking as you're getting out of bed? How would you go about your morning differently than you currently do? Think about all those different things. Think about the emotions and the thoughts and a bit about the actions as well. But maybe you wouldn't exactly be going to the same dream job that you might not be going to right now. So maybe you're going to need to somehow, slowly shift and maybe adopt the new thinking patterns, adopt the new persona, essentially, that you would be if you had your dream life. And so if it's confidence that you would have, wake out of the bed with that confidence. If it is a new positive attitude that you would have, if you'd be so happy waking out of bed in your dream life, embrace that happiness right now, because that frequency, that exact frequency that you are thinking about right now, that is the vibration and the feeling that is going to align you to your dream life. A lot of people say, okay, what is the vibration of having a lot of money? What is it? Imagine yourself having a lot of money, and what does it look like when you're getting out of bed in the morning? What does it look like, or how would it feel? How would it feel, essentially? What would it feel like to you? How would your attitude change? Begin to embody that new attitude now. Begin to embody those new feelings now. And that is going to be the frequency that then amplifies all of those other experiences out in the universe. And you'll begin to resonate with them and amplify them in your own experience. Because right now you're amplifying that of what you currently feel, and that of what you currently think, and that of what you currently are. If you're wanting to create change, if you're wanting to manifest something different, think about what you're wanting to manifest. Think about that new feeling that you'd have within you. Think about those new emotions that you'd have within you. Think about the new attitude that you'd have, and embrace that in this current moment, because then that, like I said, is going to amplify every single other little experience that's around you that resonates with that new frequency, and then you're going to amplify that into your life experience. So that is how the law of attraction works. You need to become and be before you get. You do not get and then become. It doesn't really work like that, and that's why a lot of people get stuck in this perpetual cycle of just living kind of the same thing over and over again, and they wonder, how do I get there? How do I get to the new thing? You need to embody those feelings now, because as you embody those feelings, you're then going to have this new mindset. You're going to then, again, amplify and bring into this current reality all of the experiences that are equal to your dream life, and they're going to start aligning. And so the key is keeping this new mindset, this new feeling, keeping that with you on the day-to-day basis. And it will take a little bit of time to really amplify every single experience into your life experience, but you will notice that this happens. The shift can take place as soon as it starts to resonate, or as long as it takes to resonate with you. It just depends on you personally, how good you are at shifting into this new reality, into this new feeling, and how good you are at keeping it. So again, anytime that you're trying to manifest something, think about what all of those thoughts and feelings and emotions are of that new person, how you would be, and embody that and embrace that right now. And it's going to begin to attract all of that into your life experience, and continue on with it. And then shift that as you begin to desire new things. And what would that next step be to get that new thing? Or what does it look like to have all of the things? How would you feel to have all of the things and embody that? The last point that I have for you guys is letting go of it. This is the last key towards manifesting anything that you desire. Letting go essentially means two different things. So the first off thing is letting go of desiring it. You'll hear this talked about a lot on YouTube, and essentially what this means is when you desire something, Abraham Hicks talks so much about this, and it is essentially desire is the vibration of I want. And I want translates to I don't have it. And so it's the equal vibration of I currently don't have it. So you need to let go of the desire and just be it, feel it, be that new person. As you step into that, that is what's going to bring it to you. It's letting go of the I want or I desire, because that part again says I don't have it. So let go of that by just stepping into that new person. Step into that confidence. Think about how you would interact with people in your day-to-day if you had your dream life. How would you change your interactions with people? Would you have more confidence? Would you be more bubbly? Would you be happier? And start to be that now, because that is going to be the frequency that then shifts your whole reality and then begins to resonate with everything that is equal to that new persona. And then that is going to be your dream life. Because if that is what you have in your head as, once I have my dream partner, my dream job, my dream bank account statement of money, whatever that looks like to you, the peace on the planet, the beautiful relationship that you have with your family, anything that you're wanting to attract. Whatever your vision of what that feels like and what that looks like, as you begin to embody that and just be that, embody those emotions, those new thought patterns, and begin to really exude that. In your new conversations with people, how are they going to look? Because now you're living your dream life. Embody what that new persona is. Be that, and it will begin to resonate in a whole new way in your reality. So that is the first key to letting go. The second key to letting go is letting go of the outcome. And this is wildly important. I actually have a very recent personal example with this, and essentially I've been looking for new places to move because if you guys have noticed, ever since I moved to downtown LA, you can hear anything happening outside of here so well, and almost every video of mine you can hear a siren, you can hear something of the sort, and it's been pretty hard to deal with being someone who films videos for a living. So I had been looking for new places to move, and I had recently found one. I made a list of everything that I wanted because I'm manifesting, my dream home. So I don't need to move so often anymore, and I can just find exactly the perfect place. So I've been doing all of my manifestation for this, and I went to go look at a home a couple weeks ago, and it ended up being the perfect home. It was so perfect. It was everything that I wanted, and I applied for it. And they immediately just said, yeah, no, denying your application. And I was like, why? Why? What? And they were like, you didn't provide enough information. And I was like, well, if you needed more information, you could have just asked. I didn't actually respond saying that because that's a little bit, it creates sort of a negative interaction. So essentially what I actually did say was, I didn't realize that you needed more information. I'd be happy to send you more information. I started sending them other emails of more bank statements, more proof of income, more this, more that, credit report, that kind of stuff, because they didn't actually say that they needed all of that. They only asked for 2 different documents. I sent them both of those documents, and it ended up being not enough information because, again, when you're self-employed, it can be a bit difficult to prove your income. And I definitely made over the amount of income per month that was required in order to apply to the place. And so I sent in more proof of income, and I was like, please reconsider my application. I would very much appreciate it. I very much love the place that you have to offer. And they just stopped responding. They just didn't even respond to me at that point. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's so funny because, 2 weeks later, the place is still available, hasn't been taken up by anybody yet. And they've had no more contacts on the place because when you scroll through this certain website, you can actually see how many people have contacted that place. And they've had no contact since. And so it wasn't a case of we've found somebody else that we prefer. It was more of they just, for some reason, didn't want my application, and they thought it was frustrating that I didn't provide enough information, although I applied with exactly what they had asked for. And essentially I started to get very, the point of this is that I started to get very, not angry, I got very frustrated, and I started to get in more of a control mode because I thought, wow, this is the perfect place. This is exactly what I was asking for in my manifestations in terms of the house that I wanted. And I started to get very frustrated, and I started to question like what went wrong in my manifestation process. And I was on the phone with my mom telling her about the situation. And she's someone who also is all about spirituality, the law of attraction. And so she sat down with me on the phone, of course, and she was like, you know what? I think there's a better place. I think it didn't work out because there's a better place. And I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? This is the place. This was absolutely perfect. And there was nothing else even remotely close to my desire of a home available online at the time. And so I was like, you know what, that doesn't make sense. Like, this is the perfect place, and there's nothing even remotely close to being this amazing online. This is the place. And my mom was like, no, let go. You have to let go. You have to let go of this. Let go of the outcome. The reason why it's not working out is because that one's not meant for you for whatever reason. You might not see it yet until you find the perfect place, and then you're going to look back on that place and you're going to realize exactly why that place didn't work out. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm going to let go of it. I thought I knew what was best. Clearly the universe knows what's best, because a week later, or actually it was about two weeks later, because it was really recently, only a few days ago now, that I ended up finding the perfect place. And it randomly came up online. I decided I would increase my budget just a little bit, and all of a sudden it brought up this new place that ended up being way more wildly perfect, and it was actually worth the increase in my budget because it would be able to actually fit all of my furniture much better, and also help me expand my business, because I'm expanding my business in a few different ways over the next like year. And so when I looked at this place, I was like, wow, this is the place that I'll be able to stay at for quite some time, because one of my intentions was that I didn't want to move around a lot anymore, because it seems like whenever I move somewhere, I tend to expand a lot in my business in other areas, and then my place becomes too small to live in. And so this place actually offered so much more to it, so much more in fact, and I was blown away. Just a bit of an increase in my price, and what became available was so much more wildly perfect than I could have ever imagined, and it was still in my budget. I applied to it and got accepted right away. I didn't even have to wait a long time, and there was no confusion, there was no like huge questioning about anything. I just applied to it, gave them exactly what they had asked for in the application, and got accepted right away. And the universe actually ended up aligning it so perfectly, because the owners, it's so funny, there's so many synchronicities that happened in aligning all of this up. So very interesting story with that, and I just thought I would share that as an example of like what letting go actually looks like, and what the outcome of letting go might actually look like. And so when we're dealing with the law of attraction, don't be so set on the outcome. A lot of the times when we're manifesting something, as we get into alignment, you'll notice a lot of synchronicities happen. You'll notice that things start to pop up that are a close reflection of what we're trying to manifest, but the point is not to get attached to them right away. So if you're attracting love, and you start to notice that certain things might match that, or maybe you know a specific person in your mind that might match exactly what you want, that you think matches exactly what you want, but it might not actually be the perfect alignment. And so we end up getting attached when we try to control the outcome, because we're like, no, our lover needs to be this specific person, or my home needs to be this specific home because it matches everything that I wanted, and it must be that home. And we end up attaching to ourselves to something that might not actually be what we truly want, and there might be something that matches us much better. And so another key about letting go is letting go of the outcome, because there might actually be something that the universe is sitting there, with the perfectly wrapped present, and they're like, I have what you want, turn around, stop going in that direction, I have your manifestations. So hopefully that makes it a little bit more clear for you guys about manifestation and how exactly it works, and the keys to manifestation here. So hopefully that explains things a little bit further for you guys and makes a little bit more sense. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!